Welcome back to my channel Into the Oracleverse, where we learn about Oracle SQL, PL SQL, and Apex. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.
In this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to bring in generative AI right into our Oracle Apex applications without writing a single line of code. Yeah, that's right. So no code is needed, just configuration, pure configuration part. So we'll be looking at two really exciting features in Oracle Apex, dynamic actions, if I might have to add. One is generate text with AI, and then the other is show AI assistant. So both are dynamic actions which come along with Oracle Apex in the recent versions. So yeah, now to keep things fun, I'll start with a quick demo of both these features so that you can see them in action right away, and then I'll walk you through exactly how to set these things up behind the scenes. So so let's get started. Uh, so here there is an input window. I'll just check. Give me some. And then I'll click on get response. You could see it's loading. So right now I have the Cohere API set up. So you'd be able to see some statements about Oracle Apex. And then, so this is the generate text part. And then the show AI assistant is this part. So I have named it as general in my application. So this is how it would be. So let me try the same. Give me some commands. Oh, Oracle. Yeah. Yeah. So this is what we are going to look in this particular session. So I'll start with setting up the Cohere API part. So to begin with, so I'll just show how to get there. So I'll navigate to App Builder, and then I'll navigate to Workspace Utilities, within which now we would be able to see Generative AI section. So here we would be able to set up all the Gen AI services. I have set one up, but I'll just show how to set things up from scratch. So first, we'll have to provide the AI provider's name here. So right now, Oracle Apex supports three AI providers, OCI, and then we have OpenAI and then Cohere. I'll be using Cohere for this particular exercise, and I can provide a name. I will provide test Cohere. And then static ID is something we would be able to access this particular generative AI services using code. So we can leave this for now, and then I'll turn this off, the used by Apex App Builder, and then base URL. So now let's move to the Cohere API section so that we'll be able to understand it a bit more. So yes. So when we create a particular account in Cohere, so we would be provided with one trial API key, which would be free. So we would be able to use it for development activities, and we would be able to know the key by just clicking this. But yeah, so since I already have it, I just show some more insights on this. So we have two type of keys. So one is the trial version, and then another one is the production version. So for trial version, we do have some limitations which are stated in this particular web page. So we would be able to perform up to 1,000 calls per month with the trial key. In this demo, I'll be using this chat endpoint of version 1 of this Cohere API. So we have some sample codes so we have a Python code here to call this part, and then a sample response. But we don't have to look further into it because Apex does it for us. So we would be able to use the out of the box features in Apex to just call the relevant endpoint with the prompt, and then we would be able to get the relevant response back there. So we'll jump directly into how to set things up. So now I'll move back here. So this is the place where I'll have to provide the base URL. So in case of version 1, we'll have to provide v1, or else we can provide v2. For this demo, I'll be going with v1. And then credentials is basically the web credentials. So right now I have one in place. I'll just quickly go there. So yeah, in workspace utilities. So it is present with workspace utilities. So you would be able to see the web credentials part. So once we can either create a credentials from here, so we can create the relevant we can store the relevant password here, and we would be able to reference it here, or else we would be able to create one from scratch here. So we can just provide our API key here, and then we can click on test connection, which would let us know if there are any errors with the connection. So right now it throws an error stating a model must have some values. So for our demo, I will be using my blog as a reference. So I have used the command or model. So so there are some models, and based on use cases, some models would perform better than the other. So based on our use case, so we would be able to provide the relevant AA model here. And then now I'll click on the test connection again. So the connection has failed because the API key is invalid, of course. So I haven't pasted it here since I already have one created one earlier. So, but by if you have provided your right API key here, and if you click on test connection, so you would have a particular message stating the connection has been successful. I'll skip this part for now. So once it is created, it would look something like this. So we will have a particular, we'll have all the relevant inputs that we have provided, and then we would have the credentials referencing the web credentials that I have shown here. So yeah, so that's pretty much it, how to set the generative AI service within Oracle Apex. Now let's jump to our use case. So I'll go to another application. So I have a separate application for this. So I'll create a blank page. So let's start by creating a blank page. I'll call it as chat with AI, and I'll just leave the other fields untouched. And now, yep. So I have a blank page. Yes. So now let me start with the generate text part. So I'll click on create a page item. So now this is where the input from the user would be, we would be, so this particular input would allow the users to provide their text. So I'll name it as input, and then I'll keep it as text area so that they'll be able to enter a large text. And that should do. So I'll duplicate this, and then I'll name this as response. So this is to show the response from our model. So this will also be a text area, but the label would be response. And now I would need a button to do the action. So once user enters his prompt, so we would need a trigger to send that particular prompt to the model, right? So we will be using a button. So I'll create a button, and then I'll call it as get response. And I'll set it as, I'll create a dynamic action, and this is to uh, let us hit the model. And now, so the action. So now we have a separate section called AI, so within which we have generate text with AI and show AI assistant. So now let's start with generate text with AI. So once I choose this, so we'd be able to see the configuration and the service. So now I'll provide the services, Cohere test connection, which I have created now. And we do have a system prompt, which I'll be explaining in some time. So now here the input value is stored in an item. I'll have to choose the relevant item's name. So I'll choose the P7 input and then the response. So it should be shown in P7 response. And then we do have some other metadata associated, but let's leave it as at this for now. And I'll yeah run the page. So now I am able to see this. So let's see if our configuration works. So I'll just ask the same question. Like this. I do get the response, which means that it's working fine. And yeah, it has actually provided the relevant response. So now what I'll do, I'll let you know what the system prompt is for. So this is just to set a context to the relevant model. So you could see that the response is too big, right? So in some cases, we would just need short and more precise response. So now I'll say respond in less than 2 sentences. So based on use cases, your prompt is going to change. The initial context that we would be setting would change. So now I'll be what the easiest way to post. So now you would be able to see that there are only 2 sentences in this output. So by changing this system prompt, so we would be able to alter the response, or we would be able to guide the model to get to set the relevant response for the users. So this is the first part of this particular dynamic action. So the second dynamic action would be the other one. So we have the generate text with AI completed. So now I'll uh, show AI assistant. So I'll create another button in the same page. So I'll go to body. I'll just click on create button. So I'll just provide pop, so open bot. I'll name the button like that. And here we do have several other interesting features as well. So I'll show you in a moment. So I'll just do the same thing. I'll create a dynamic action, and then within actions, I'm going to choose show AI assistant. So now I have the Cohere test connection, and then I can provide a system prompt. So this is going to act in the same way how we did earlier. But let me show you how it works without any attributes being set. So I'll leave this, open my bot. So now we are able to see something here. Now we can test this. So give me some ideas for, so now I am able to get a response here. And now let's get back to our app builder, and we can actually provide few more attributes. So I can change the system prompt, so I can state it as, so I have a default prompt here within my blog. So it would provide a context on how the bot should behave, and then a welcome message. So this is an optional thing, but still, uh, these things would enhance uh, user experience better. So I'll go with this, and it does support this system variables and application page items. So we would be able to provide a dynamic message. So here I'm using the app users part, and then title. So the title for the chatbot. So you can see the assistant, just a word assistant here, right? So we will be able to change that. I'll provide chat with just bot for now. And then initial prompt. So do we have to provide an initial prompt? And so when we click that particular button, so we will be able to set an initial prompt for this in this particular context. But I'll just leave that for now. And then I'll also leave this now. We'll look into these two sections later in a separate video. And yeah, so I'll just provide this as a default message. So this here we would be able to provide a quick action text, which user would be able to send it to the model just by clicking this particular text. So if there is a prompt which would be typed by the user in a continuous manner, so we can actually set it as quick action so that they can just click this. So that's pretty much it. So now I'll just run it. And now I'll click this again. We can see the header being changed, and we can see a default message. And then we do have the quick action link here. So I'll just click this. So it has signed off in the way that I have asked it to sign off. And then it does reply in the relevant way I have asked it to. So yeah, so in this way, so we would be able to leverage AI-based features within Oracle applications. And yeah, we will look into more things in detail in the upcoming videos. So thank you so much for watching. Drop in your thoughts in the comment section, and for more videos like this, subscribe to Into the Oracle World.